Brumbumbadigadama. We give you all the praise. It's your girl Timeless right here on Inspiration 107.9 FM with your boy Keshagen Jamal. Keep it locked.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's all about inspired evenings with yours truly, Keshagen Jamal. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, it's always a good feeling, a good vibe, a good evening when we get a chance to bring you this wonderful segment. And I'm talking about Artist of the Week, ladies and gentlemen. It's that time of the week where we get a special artist on the line and we have a great conversation, ladies and gentlemen. Joining us on the line, ladies and gentlemen, no stranger to the Inspiration Station. And of course, you've been hearing his music for quite some time, ladies and gentlemen. The one and only Pastor Christopher Roberts. Good evening, sir. How you doing this evening?
Good evening, Cash. Thank you for having me, and good evening to your listening audience. It's always a pleasure to be able to respond to your invitation.
Yes, sir. It's so great to be able to have you on the show. It's been some time. We've been wanting to get you on for a little while, but we appreciate you making room for us in your busy schedule. But for those who don't know anything about Pastor Christopher Roberts, just give us a little bit of information, just a short piece of your extensive bio, I'm sure.
Christopher Roberts. I started singing at a very, very, very early age. For as far back as I can remember, I've been singing. But the first time I appeared on stage forum was at the former Holiday Inn in the Polaris Hall. They had an event, talent night put on by the staff, something like that. And my mother worked there, and so they gave me an opportunity one time to sing. I was 9 years old. There was an audience of about 3,000 people in the auditorium. And so that was my debut in terms of public singing. At the age of 14, 15, I directed my first choir as I was an inmate at the time in the Boys Industrial School. And so that started my choir directing career, which spanned almost 35 years, basically, as a choir director. And that took me all through the Family Islands, all through the U.S. and the Caribbean, and even into Europe. And then in 2020, I mushroomed, I guess I could say, into what is now regarded as a recording artist with the release of my first music project, the choir project, in March of 2020. And since then, we've been able to secure a number of awards for the various songs and projects, both locally and internationally. And we've released some singles, and we're in studio right now working on one or two other projects. Mm-hmm. So in a nutshell, musically, that's my background.
This is your background. And we wanna get into one of those songs that you've been talking about that's really been sweeping the nation since it dropped. We're gonna do your order in reverse. We're gonna start off with Jehovah Nick of Time. Tell us, what was the whole idea? What was the whole spirit behind creating Jehovah Nick of Time?
Well, you would know, or persons would need to know, that I don't know myself a songwriter. Most of the songs that I sing come from me, but my songs through inspiration than to say that I actually sat down and wrote a song. And so Jehovah Nick of Time really come up about because we had a young preacher that came through our church, Pilgrim Baptist Temple at the time, many, many years ago. And he preached, and in his sermon, he used that phrase that his name for Jesus was Jehovah Nick of Time. And some years following that, I just broke out into song
Mm.
and I started singing it, and that was the creation of it.
Wow.
So
Wow.
that's basically the history behind it.
And was it always, I guess, in the flow of when you were creating the song to put, well, I gotta call him Bishop now, Bishop Simeon out on it now, on the song?
Oh no! When we were in the process of recording and preparing to do the album,
Mm-hmm.
the idea of including Bishop Simeon Outen really was my producer's idea, Junior
Okay.
Scott.
Okay.
While I knew Simeon, Bishop Outen, he and I hadn't really connected like that.
Okay.
We knew one another, and in passing, it would be like, "Hey, what's up?" Whatever. But we didn't really, per se, have a connection. But Junior did, and Junior thought he would be the ideal person. And if Junior wasn't saved before then, I think he was saved then because he made the absolute correct choice
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
recommendation, and the rest is history. I don't know that there was anybody who could have done that song better
Yeah.
than Bishop Outen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, you're locked into Inspired Evenings. We have the one and only Pastor Christopher Roberts hanging out with us this evening. Let's head on over to our first song, Jehovah Nick of Time.
My grandmother used to say he may not come when you want him, but he's coming on time. I have a name for Jesus, a name that is my own, a name that I can call him whenever I'm alone. This name to me is special, so lovely and sublime. Whenever I'm in need, he is Jehovah Nick of time. He's an on-time God. Yes, he is. Yes, he's an on-time God. Oh, yes, he is. Oh, he's an on-time God. Yes, he is. He's Jehovah Nick of time. You can't make me doubt him. He's an on-time God. I can't live without him. He's my friend in trouble. He'll be there on the double. Oh, he's Jehovah Nick of time. Oh, he's Jehovah Nick of time. He is Jehovah Nick of time. He's Jehovah Nick of time. Listen, I need some help with this one. Come on, Pastor Simeon. What do you know about this on-time God?
Now I understand what the old folks used to say. Whenever you're in trouble, he'll surely make a way. He may not come when you want him, but he'll take his own good time. But no matter when he gets there just in time. You can make me doubt him. I know too much about him. He's my friend in trouble. He'll be there on the double. Hey. Oh, yeah. Oh, my. He'll show up right on time.
we're back. Welcome to Inspired Evenings, our Artist of the Week Spotlight, ladies and gentlemen. And we're shining the light on Pastor Christopher Roberts. So make sure call a friend, text a friend, let them know he's on the radio, and we're hanging out on Inspiration 107.9 FM. And so, Pastor Christopher, I know you said that you're in the studio, you're doing some things. Is there anything that you can share with us? The Inspiration family, they always like to know what's coming up so they could kind of prepare themselves. Anything coming up in this year, maybe next year that you could tell us about that's not top secret?
Much to my dismay, something that I was hoping that I could release in mid-November, but that's not going to be possible anymore for where we are in the production. So I suspect it'll be early next year that we release. But that is, and it is hoping to be, it's a praise and worship that is a kind of a medley of the Sunday school songs, with a nice little tag on it, and that is another chance. And the song simply talks about how we, ought to take advantage of the fact that every morning we wake up, it's another chance to give God praise. And so we're just in the song. It's a song that's saying, thank you, God, for one more chance to give you glory, give you praise, kind of thing. And so we're anticipating that to be completed early next year and released. And then there is something that we've done, it is in the pocket, meaning it's done, it's completed, it's ready for release, but it is a part of a project that I was invited to be a part of. And that song, Lay It Down. Simply talking about not carrying your burdens. That Jesus has already told you to lay it on him and give it to him, so you don't need to carry burdens. And so the song is encouraging you to lay them burdens down. And that is to a kind of a rake and scrape calypso beat. So I think it's going to be nice Bahamian flavored.
Yeah.
And like I said, that will be released by the producer of the project. I couldn't say whether it'll be any more this year or early next year, but that will come out as a part of the project. And then we're already building on another song. I will not sing on that one.
Okay.
It is something that I did write, but I don't feel that it's for me to sing.
Okay.
And so we're preparing it now. We haven't quite made a decision yet who we'd approach to actually be the lead, the vocal on it. But and while I'm there, let me quickly say this, Keshagen, I think as artists and singers, I think one of the important things that we need to learn how to do is to know what's for us and what ain't for us. Okay. And ordinarily people say, well, this is my song, I'm gonna sing it. But it has to be more so about the message of the song and what God wants, really, concerning it.
Yeah.
And I just, even though there's a song that has ministered to me, even in me writing it and singing it, I just know in my spirit that it isn't for me to lead and sing. It is for somebody else to minister. And so we're excited about that.
Yeah. Now, I didn't hear you mention any Christmas music. We ain't got no Christmas music from you.
No, not this
okay.
year.
Not this year,
but
okay.
After these are done, the two that I'm working on now and the one that's to be released, you won't hear any more from me anymore. If I have anything to say with it, until Christmas next year, because that is what I plan to do next year. Throughout the year, I plan to be preparing some Christmas stuff that'll be released around Christmas next year, God's willing. Okay. So not this year, but next year, God spares my life.
All right,
ladies, is coming.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. You heard it here first. So when you hear the music drop, then don't be surprised. All right. And so listen, we get ready for our next song. This one, War Cry. Tell us about this one.
Man, this is another interesting story. I got up one morning about 4 o'clock to use the bathroom. So I got up to go use the bathroom. And when I went back in the bed, as soon as I lie down in the bed, I just started singing. You can choose your best shot. You can choose your best arrow. And in about 15 minutes, that whole song was written and recorded on my phone.
Wow.
That's how it came,
Mm-hmm.
the whole thing. And then, of course, I spoke to Karati about leading it with me, and she was excited about it.
Yeah.
And we got it done.
Yeah.
In about 8-9 months, the song was completed and released, and to be followed, and it was followed by a music video. And so, yeah, that's how that one came about.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're locked into Inspired Evenings right here on Inspiration 107.9 FM. It's about that time for War Cry.
For too long, we've been running from the enemy. It's time to stand up and fight.
Never march in the infantry, ride in the cavalry, shoot the artillery. I may never zoom on the enemy, but I'm in the Lord's army.
I may
Never march in the infantry, ride in the cavalry, shoot the artillery. I may never zoom on the enemy, but I'm in the Lord's army.
You can shoot your best shot. You can choose your best arrow. But I'm covered in Jesus for today and tomorrow. Devil, you will not win. You will not succeed.
I'm declaring war
I'm declaring war.
in Jesus' name.
Let me hear you. Let me hear you. Now let me hear your war cry. War cry. Clarity, let's go.
You can shoot your best shot. You can shoot your best arrow. But I'm covered in Jesus for today and tomorrow. Devil, you will not win. You will not succeed. I'm declaring war. Let me hear you.
I'm right here, daughter.
We all know that there's a sound associated with victory. And I know we're about to end the song. But if someone would just open up their mouth and say, I'm not, gotta do what I gotta do. But if you know me, shoot at me, steal from me in my life. Gotta do what I gotta do. And if you know me, shoot at me, steal from me.
And that's right, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. Inspired Evenings. Yours truly, Keshagen Jamal in the company. And we have joining us this evening, Pastor Christopher Roberts. We've been having a great conversation. We're getting set to wrap up things now, ladies and gentlemen. But before we get into our last song, which is the newest song, we do want to get in closing comments from Pastor Christopher Roberts. I don't know if you're big on social media, but where can persons follow you? You know, where can they find out more about you, about your music and stuff like that?
Listen, God spared my life this last July to turn 56, and by most standards, that's old. And so, you know, the young people say Facebook is for old people. So I'm enjoying my categorizing of being old.
Right.
And that's the only place I am. I'm not on them Instagram and the next gram.
Right.
And this chat and this. I ain't on none of them. I ain't on none of them. I'm on Facebook.
You're on Facebook, right?
Christopher Hyde Roberts on Facebook.
Yeah.
That's where you can get me. That's where you can follow me.
That's what I'm talking about. Any closing comments before we talk about the newest song?
Yeah, I just want to send a shout out to all of the gospel artists in the Bahamas and musicians, worship leaders, all of them. But I particularly want to encourage and send an encouraging word to the recording artists. Listen, the beauty, I talked about my age a minute ago, but the beauty of that is that I have been around long enough to know what was and to see what is now happening. And when I sit down and I listen to the quality of music that's being produced, when I see that these cats are now getting in the studio and they are literally fine-tuning their projects and their songs, and it's not just going in the studio and singing a line and throwing it together and then putting it on the radio to say, I got a song, but the quality, not just the quality of the vocals in terms of the lead and the background singers, but the quality of the musicianship, the quality of the marketing, the quality of the performance when they hit stage. I am so encouraged because, like I said, I've been around long enough to see the transition into what, in a lot of instances, can now be transported in foreign territory. Now, we were basically just local. We didn't have the quality of product to send internationally, but now if you see, a lot of our artists are being nominated in these international awards, and they're bringing awards home, which says that we have a product. We're now putting out a product that is palatable to the international market. And listen to me, as one of the older persons, that does my heart good. And so I want to encourage our artists to keep on the wheel, man. Every product you put out, try to make it better than the last. And let's move this thing beyond the borders of the Bahamas, not just to make the money, because I want you to make your money back from your project, but so that the gospel of Jesus Christ through music can finally, the Bahamas can be now that missionary that goes to the world, rather than that little island in the Caribbean that's waiting for a missionary to come to us. But we're now taking the music and the gospel and song to the world. That does my heart good, and I want to encourage them to continue pushing.
Yeah. I love it. Now let's get to your newest song, but we wrap up the show tonight with it. Jesus is Coming Soon.
Man, it's the newest song, but listen, that's older than you.
Yeah. Okay.
That is a very old song.
Yeah.
Very old song. And we just thought that we would take it again. Junior Scott was the producer on that one. And we did it, nice little reggae feel to it, which stretched me because I'm no reggae artist. But just to stretch myself, we decided that we would do that. So Jesus Coming is an old song, and it speaks to just what the name says, that, reminding us as a people that Jesus coming soon. You see the signs of the time all around us. Look at the war that's going on in Israel. The Bible spoke about these things, and we have to now prepare ourselves, and not only just prepare ourselves, but prepare the world,
Right.
the unsaved, for the imminent return of Jesus Christ. And so this song simply is a reminder to both saved and unsaved that we've got to do what we got to do, get our business right, get our business straight, be in a position of readiness, because Jesus is coming soon.
Wow. I love it. And you said who you worked on this with? You said Junior?
Junior Scott is the producer on this particular album.
Ah, okay. All right, awesome. All right, sir.
Not the album, this thing.
On the single. All right. Well, listen, it's been an incredible time being able to catch up with you, and I'm looking forward to us doing this again when some of the music that's being worked on, when it comes out, and we can have a new discussion about the newest songs, and hopefully soon we'll be able to talk about that soon to come Christmas album.
Indeed, and thank you, Cass. Thank you, you and your colleagues, for the ministry that you guys do every day in lifting the hearts and the spirits of people through music. I know it's not an easy thing to do, because sometimes I would imagine there are days when you don't feel so encouraged, but because you have a job to do, you got to put your feelings aside, get on the radio, and perk yourself up to do it for others. And so we commend you to God. We pray for you guys, and thank you for the work that you do, and thank you for the opportunity to share again this evening.
Thank you. We appreciate that, and we thank you for your prayers. Indeed, we thank you so much. Pastor Christopher Roberts joining us this evening on Inspired Evenings. We thank you so much, sir. We're looking forward to speaking with you again real soon.
Indeed.
Make sure to keep it exactly where you've got, ladies and gentlemen. Inspiration 107.9 FM. We wrap up Artist of the Week with Pastor Christopher Roberts. Jesus is coming soon. Good evening.
He's coming. He's coming. Jesus is coming soon. He's coming. He's coming. I don't know. Sometimes I hear filling men's hearts with fear. Freedoms we all hold dear now is at stake. Surrender your hearts to God. Safe from the chastening rod. Seek the way pilgrims trod. Christians away. For Jesus is coming soon, morning or night or noon. Many will meet their doom. Trumpet will sound. Oh, all of the dead shall rise. Rises meet in the sky. We're going where no one dies. Heavenward bound. The troubles will soon be o'er. Happy forevermore. When we meet on that shore, free from all care, rising up in the sky, telling this, homeward we then will fly, glory to share. Jesus is coming soon, morning or night or noon. Many will meet their doom, trumpet will sound. All of the dead shall rise, rising meet in the sky. We're going where no one died, heavenward bound. He's coming on, coming soon. He's coming, I don't know. Coming soon. He's coming, yeah. Lovers of many souls losing their hearts of gold, but we have all been told we've got to breathe to meet Jesus in the sky and go to that And home would be there.